Let's see if it works. So far, everything is looking good. We got 3 different setups on it. So you guys got to tell me first if you can hear me. If we can hear me, then we're winning a battle. We are winning a battle if that is working. Welcome to a delayed edition of Bling Night Live. We had some storms last night, folks. We had some crazy storms last night, and hey, that was amazing. Like, in our neighborhood, ended up some power outages, some tree branches down. FedEx caught fire. It was just a rooftop unit, nothing there. So made it through it. The internet was the big thing. You know, it just kept going in and out and in and out. We're like, we can't do it. So we moved to tonight, and with that, what are we doing? We've got a mix of some stuff. First up, you can use the code right down here below, STORM, to save 25% off your rhinestones, your rhine studs, your flatbacks, and HTV. So do that. Now, with that, we had more storms roll through today, and that's why we said it looks like between 6 or 7, somewhere there we'll go, and it's still going nasty at 6, so we're here at 7. Goal for tonight is we're live, of course. Sales that we have some, would you call those patriotic themed, Corey? I'd call them patriotic themed. Yeah, the patriotic themed or America boxes is what she says. There, just about everything in it is red, white, and blue. There could be glitter, like HTV glitter. There could be twinkle. There could be holographic. There could be puff. There could be stones. But somebody had said, "Hey, have you thought about doing a theme with it?" Right? You know, the complementing colors, the complementing things like that. And I'm like, that's a pretty smart idea. So that's what we have tonight. So there's 10 of those, and I think people bought 2. We got 10 tonight. So 10, we're good to go on that. Now, I have April and Corey here. I got 2 ladies. They're going to drive. They're going to drive me to start hand stoning. But they've got some projects that they're going to work on, so we'll get the cameras over to them. And that's kind of after we give you a State of the Union on everything. So we'll give State of the Union on it. We'll bring Corey and April on screen as they're blinging out some things over there, and then we're going to press some stuff. What was it? USA Soccer was the winner, so we're going to show that. And Hudson's here too, so he's going to see how much noise he can make in the background because he knows I love hearing that. So we'll go there. Now we got the comments. Everything's rolling through here. Let's check in, see how everybody is doing here with it. Yes, everything is working. Good. I can do that. Storm, yep, for the code. There it is. We're good on that. And look at that. Everything is working through it. Yes, I can see it. Yeah, now I can't stop watching all the cool tornadoes forming in Eastern Illinois. You know, so I sent the girls a video because this morning I said we meet where we pretty much are in the same area where the Mississippi and the Rock River meet. And I swear, we're north, so we're between 2 rivers, one to the north, one to the south. When it kind of gets that, it splits up and then reconvenes a lot of times, and you could see where it's red, and then it just split up and they just joined on the other side. So luckily, I missed that earlier, and then here. But yeah, south of us is getting pounded, and east of us is getting pounded. So hopefully, everybody is doing well with that, because we're here, in the Quad Cities. Now, we've got some things to talk about next week. I cannot tell you when the show will be next week because we have tournament time for baseball. So depending on when things are, we've got games Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Wednesday is Hattie's birthday, and we need to do a birthday dinner for her because then they turn around and they all leave on Saturday for vacation. So probably, depending on when games are, I'm thinking Thursday. So I'm thinking a week from tonight. And then Corey's going to be gone for a week. So the ball drop will be on the what day is that? The 24th, the 25th, 2 weeks from tonight, ball drop. And I think we've got a pretty cool thing that's coming in with that. Whoa, I forgot if I do that. I got it. I forgot. We've got a pretty cool thing. I put together an app and you guys will be able to see, I took a picture of it and everyone liked that, of the board, and be able to see from there. Well, there'll be an interactive app where as we draw balls, you'll be able to see who it was. You'll be able to know what the ball was, the prize, everything that went along with that. And at the end of it, you'll see the results. So we won't have to get the emails, hey, what did I win? What did I win? All you gotta do is check this. It'll be there. So that's one of the cool things that we are working on to make that happen. And that should be getting finished up here. Well, I think we're pretty good with it by the end of this week. We'll be good in there. And then what else do we have? So we've got those two there. We've got more stones coming. I was hoping to get stuff added today. It just didn't happen with the storms and everything, and put us behind in internet issues. But there are new colors that are going to be added. There is going to be a light topaz. I guess it will follow me, right? Or will it not follow me because they did that? Do I got to go like that and then it'll follow me? There it goes. Now it'll follow me. Now it'll follow me. So we've got a light topaz, a jonquil, a light peridot, right? Light peridot, and what was that one? The light black diamond. Was that right? Light black diamond?
Yeah.
Yeah, light black diamond. So new colors that we're going to have out there. I was hoping for today. It didn't happen because these were ones that came in wrong. So they came in wrong as colors. And then what are we doing? Is that we're selling them. We got the names of what it is. So that way we can get everything there with it and we'll be set squared away there. So new colors, look for those popping up here over the next day or two. And then what's the other one? Passion fruit. Passion fruit is going to be a new stone that hopefully it'll be in here early next week. So we'll be able to show that off. So new stuff is coming there with it. And what else do we have going on? I think that's it as far as that type. We've got new stones coming. We got the HTV that dropped. I think there's 4 more colors of that. That'll be on its way, but we're waiting to hear back on it. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else is just staying the course, man. We are still debating if we're staying here or not. We should have that answer by the end of this month. Rhinestone transfers are right there. It is on a. I guess we got to talk about this. If you want transfers, or you want art conversions, or you want template designs, things like that, not a problem. We can do it, but you have to answer all the questions. You also have to have artwork. If you want us to design it from scratch, you're paying for it. And there's also minimums on stuff. Somebody said, I just need one rhinestone transfer. And I said, it's gonna be $100. And they're like, no way. That's just what one is. By the time you do everything with it, you want the conversion fee on it, you want the design fee, or the conversion, you wanted just one to do everything with it. That's what it's got to be for it. So there's minimums on that. We're doing our best to get through it. Just AI files where someone's like, here's a rhinestone design, and there's gradients throughout it. There's stone sizes from probably, I don't know, a basketball size to a golf ball size, and gradients through it. And someone say, well, why can't you do it? It's right there. Because I don't know if you know this or not, but rhinestones are physical products. Can't change the size of them. We also can't take something that's maybe 4 inches wide by 1 inch tall, and it's all text, and do that in like SS10s. It's not happening. So there are some limitations to it. Hopefully we will get through those all to get it for it. Detroit Lines Blue. Didn't we talk about that, Danielle, on the Detroit Lines Blue? I think the Coastal Capri. Yeah, the Coastal Capri, like when they do their black and silver, or not their black and silver, their blue on black uniforms. I want to say that. Hold on, I gotta make this guy stop if I'm gonna do that. Otherwise, I'll throw it to Corey and I'll have her take it. I think that works pretty good. I don't know if it'll. Let's see if we can get it to. Yeah, let's see if we can get it on there. There it goes. That might work. Or do you need it to be a brighter one? What I think I'm going to do is before football season. So I'll put it on my project list. I will go through and because we got to make sure we do it the correct way. But colors to match teams. You know what I mean? So that way, ones that I would use for it, so that we can see it. So I can get the color swatch. I'll get the color swatch. Who is it? Sherwin-Williams that has that book that has it in there, and I can kind of base it off that, and then we'll see. So Yeah, let's see if we can do that with it. Okay, so we got that in there. We're gonna press some stuff. I think we got the soccer design. That's a 4-color. No, red, white, blue, black. So that's gonna be a 4-color. And then Corey's got another 2-color one that she's gonna do, and she has plenty of transfer tape. And I'm gonna keep talking a little bit further because I was about to send it over to her. Now she's walking towards me, and I don't know.
We have it in flatbacks.
Oh, and flatbacks. Blue zircon in flat. Yeah, no, because that's more of a blue green. What do we have in there for a blue? The aqua
That's gonna be light though.
or cobalt? Is there a cobalt in there? Okay, so we'll have asking the flatback. I'll Corey take these over there. Yeah, because you want something that's kind of in between that. You know, you want like that's what you need.
I was thinking we had a
That's what I thought too. She's gonna.
no. I was thinking those are.
I'm gonna bring her on screen. She's gonna get over there. She's shaking and she's walking over there too. She is. She's shaking her booty at me. I know she loves it. All right, let's bring her on screen right there. Corey is on screen there. Corey, your camera is on and your mic should be on. So
Okay, I was waiting until I could see it on my phone.
all right, you're good. I just got to mute on my side. So,
you?
no, you're fine. Yeah, you're not clear at all. And that was one. Don't mess with that, odds. So we might have to, but we're on the same thing because now am I clear on mine? Yeah, I'm still clear on my side.
It's like you were for a second, and then you went to clear.
Okay, we'll see how it plays in over there because we'll see what we got. Of course, because you know we had a Jew there, and that's my issue when I said about mics earlier. So we'll see how that plays out, and we'll see if everything stays that way. So you guys got to tell me how sound keeps going or go if it's in there. If you can hear me, Corey is very garbled. So that's my thing with that. I'm gonna hold this camera right in place. How camera? So it doesn't try and follow me. There it is. Okay, yeah, you're clear. There, now it's following me. Okay, so now you can show those colors. But there's that. You got to go up and then toward nope, other way. Back. You why? Just a little towards you. Just a little right there.
Let me take you around the light.
Maybe okay. So we got that one. That's the aqua. You're flipping it over out of camera screen. There you go. You were way too close to it. Remember when I said, "Oh, are you able to see this?" And you assured me there'd be no issues. So that was the aqua, right?
Yes.
That was the aqua. Sounds like an echo. That's what I was worried about because of that over there. Let's try this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mute Corey's, and then we're gonna try. That might you can put it there, and we'll see if it'll come right. Look, you guys probably seen all the fun stuff over there. Hello, follow me back, sir. So now we'll see if they can hear you. Then that's what she does. She says something really quick, and then we have to wait. Carry on the conversation. Talk normal like a conversation. Yeah, I just told her that. What did she do? The same thing. Yes, that is because you could answer the questions. Okay, blue zircon, cobalt, aqua. Flip them. Okay. And blue zircon is the one right there. Cobalt is the one in the center. I need to, you know what? I'm going to take me off the screen so that way this gets out from underneath there. There, now we go. Now we have a full picture of Corey. Yay, no sound on her. Yeah. Here we go. You should be able to. But that's the thing is when she doesn't talk. We're hoping We're hoping because the other one's on there. No sound. Yeah. So as we go through this, here's what's the project that you are working on? Because I'm going to bring April on the screen here too. We'll bring her to the stage. There's that. Oh, there's all of us. I just need to pop out, right? Need the stage. So that way we have it, but we need to just minimize me, right? Minimize me. And that way we'll go from here because I don't necessarily need to be up here, but those two do. Ooh, look at that. Maybe you just put me down here and we'll make it, that won't work. This first time with 3 cameras. We'll see how, whoa, Corey's is not any better on that. There, we're just bouncing around between ones for it. All right, there's Corey's full one. Then I know. And it's, I don't know. There. So you should be still able to hear. My fear is if I'm not here, then we can't hear me. And that's not good. No, I don't think so because it needs to be on there for you. And then we're trying to figure out from there. And this is why I said it just all in one makes it way easier. But that was not an option. Actually, that wouldn't be an option there. Maybe it would be to pull from that, but we're going to take. You're talking through the camera, and the camera was what they said you were garbled on, and that was the issue with it. So now you're not. So we'll see. All right, let me hold this one to stop it and see. Right. No, it's the, and we're all on the same internet. So, oh, wait, do I got to do that? Is that how it is? Oh, that goes back way. Oh, I got to go that to bring it back, and then I got to do that. Right, I got to do that. Stay there. I got to go that. Which one is it? Is that one that locks it in? That's one that locks it in. Okay. Now, yeah, without me being there, no sound, and that's why I can't swear or do anything, and I just need to bounce around, be stressed out.
Well, you start leaving because you're the super clear. So
Right.
just let April go on her mini up right now.
There you
No,
go.
some that thing.
Right. I have to be on the screen to be able to be sound, and that's the issue. So you just get to see me as I walk through them because I was hoping that I could just keep both of them large here, and it just doesn't necessarily work that way. So I'm going to move myself maybe over here, and I'm going to try and see what's going on with Corey's stuff while I'm doing that. And Corey can talk about what she's doing, so I don't have to talk, and I can focus on trying to work.
Well, yeah, April. I was thinking about this. April's clear, so we got her started playing. But I can start adding to make each. I guess I'm really stuff.
But that's your issue. You're trying to relate me. There. There.
Linda, can you hear me?
You should be able to. Everything's.
Are on sale. I know them.
No, just the flatbacks. Just the stones themselves. Yeah, just the stones.
And I know we've talked before about April did 6 foot nutcracker this past year. And I have a couple issues, but haven't started them yet, so we'll see if we get around to those all that. So I figured we'd start out with these guys that are, I don't know, 14 inches tall maybe first. Like, no, these ones are. These ones are- And only, I mean, they light up. So they're supposed to be like outdoor decoration. But we're just keeping, right? You should have like those friends in the tip.
For some reason, for whatever reason, the browser is no longer in Google either. So that
Well, you said about that, but I could change the.
probably rebooted and you just did Corey things, just click everything. Just as it came through, click it, and then that's why I have to. So that totally makes sense now that I see that. Oh yeah, I know. What did it sound screen? I don't know. Just hit it.
That's how much.
That's
I told you, I'm not well versed in this.
I know, but I can't try and fix this.
I tried to have straight. Okay, so this one I started out using like, I think it was liquid fusion. It's probably not gonna be actually outside. Probably gonna be more things. Normally. I think this one will be fine. Outdoor as well. We didn't sand them because we're not gonna be like touching a whole lot and nothing with it. If there was something like a outfit we were gonna use or color, we definitely. Sand them for, this outfit you're better. And these came already painted, so we didn't bother trying to change any paint colors. So we just decided to jump in and go.
Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna reset her browser because speed test on it's fine, everything's fine on it there. Equals and we're all on the same internet.
Put me in reset.
So maybe
Reset.
We're gonna reload.
Yeah.
we're gonna reload that, see what we get, and see if that helps. It makes anything better. Because you can still hear, because you're hooked up to the other one. So it's here.
Here, come back and we're gonna be all done. That's not happening. I mean, April will probably like get done way before me. She runs a lot more.
Okay, we'll see how that looks on that screen. It's my last shot at it. That's my last shot at that one, folks, because April's is doing fine. Corey's is being there with it. And now we can move back. And then you should be able to see it. That way you can see comments.
Oh. Just go back to the smaller one. Like, this is magnet only out, and this one is this green I am not all about. But if you, since it starts out as red, if you back paint your, Jerry, it's still gonna happen. Start. If you back paint the color of the stones you're gonna use, then you don't notice the gap as much.
You can see them like that. They're not super close to me, and then once it's there,
Yeah, it's these quick contact mirrors. I don't know if
and you might want to use April's. There's no this there. Well, yeah, because on hers, This is so frustrating. All right. I'm going to sit here.
Put a cheap optic glue that I put a micro powder and a water in, so it had more of the color sheet tables. But you can't really see. You can't really see the spacing in the gap, in the gap very much. This one, I did a little bit of backfill, but I but I think you can see the spacing on this one. No, because I need it from there, and I don't think I did.
But when you don't move it 800 times in a minute and just let it sit there, you're going to be fine.
That's why I do back painting something so that.
What did you do with that mic?
Right here. Like, put it up on my-
Maybe that's why they can't hear you, because the mic's 2 feet away from you. That could be. Let's see. There. Yeah, Jerry, we're working on it. We're working on it.
There's too much to it, so we're doing, yeah, they're going on.
That's right, Brian. Screw it, just bling it. That's sort of that's 100% I am. Is put the border on it that I need to like, the trace. Like, yeah, how do you determine what method that you're going to use for it? Is this based on the size? Is it based on the style? Is it based on curvatures, layouts?
Curvature. Then you're not perfect, you that you do, then you scatter, right? I did a little bit of both. I did honeycomb, but I also did scatter. What did you do honeycomb?
Like the legs.
Okay, so there was
Yeah,
more of a,
yeah.
a pattern to the legs. So yeah, like maybe, along here, you could do a honeycomb because they're more uniform size. I don't know. These just go from narrow. So
It would be like better, easier. You want something
it
that
is, it's so much out,
Let's see.
right, so just jump in and do it. Put it flat.
No, I want to be the small guy. Oh, oh, oh.
You should see, I built a people.
There.
And then I was sweeping it out, and it went all over my printed shirt earlier. That's like,
Yeah, it made a mess. It made a mess. That,
I,
yeah.
oh, I know. You can use, we have these little like, dig up. When we go out with.
I almost swore. I forgot. I'm got a hot mic. Hot mic. I almost swore as I'm trying to move a press around.
You done paper?
Big stand.
Oh, yes. You just have to adjust. It's easy. Yeah.
Years more than what you realize.
Why?
Well, because it was
You did it more than a couple of years.
it was more than a couple of years. You've probably been doing it 8 years. We're already in 2026.
I know.
You were doing it before COVID.
Okay, so Laura and I learned from Kelly.
The-
Yeah, no, 19. 19 was when we went out to Long Beach and stayed with us, and she gave us a little training class, like on one side. And I was like, oh my gosh, you need to FaceTime with me. At that time, no phone well, and you do now.
Yeah, middle of the night,
Being girl about it.
middle of the night messages just to see what's up. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, what are you doing? We're sleeping over at your house this weekend. Yeah, okay, so that's good. I think everything's rocking through there. Holy moly. We'll play with that. How's sound with her? Is that way it's working there? But I'm not paying it. I was doing other stuff there, setting it up because okay. So that's what she had to do. She had to move the mic to her. And now I think they can also that's how it works. That's how it works. Oh, I sound good. Corey sounds bad. What is she doing? What are you?
Oh, it's right here. If I talk louder, can you guys hear me better?
Listen, she has no problem using her outside voice inside.
Also, she's blurry, but I'll have to.
It could be. No, I think it's everything. Like I just ran to see where everything is on there, and Bill, because I pulled her off there, and there she is. That's my life. No, we won't. We won't because to be dead honest with you, if I don't do it, it won't get done because I can't do this and that and to go through it all. And I'm just like that's where it gets frustrating at because I can't be here and over there at the same time. So I need to figure out to reset what's going on with that one. I need to see why your mic's not working. I need to go through a lot of that because it should be fine, but it's not. And I don't know why because if I'm trying to kick this back there it is. I add me, there's April, there's Corey in the center. Everybody's stuff should be fine. And when we look at the total internet usage, the speed is phenomenal. What was it? It was 100. Oh, yeah. Yep. The upload is trash right now. 100% upload is trash. That's the issue. We've got 123 down. Going back up, yeah, we've got 1. So we'll test it again. But my only other, and that's going to be on their issue. So at least we know it's not us. That's why it's going on. It's an internet thing. We are at our max of where everything is for it. And little by little, like now it's up to 8. Like 8. So we're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Little by little. All right. So that's the issue. The issue is back on that side is on the internet side of it. The upload speed is atrocious right now. And I think it's because possibly the storms came through. Who knows what is up there. And listen, you can tell me I'm blurry until you're blue in the face. There's nothing I can do about it. There's literally nothing I can do about it because of the speed. As that is 100% the issue with it is the upload speed is just atrocious right now. Having that big old 1 sit there for an upload. Yeah. Don't tell me my internet's fast when my upload speed is trash. So we're just dealing with it. That's at this point, that's all we can do is just deal with it. There's nothing else I can do. I'm even looking to see if there's that with it. But we're getting through it. So the goal for this is we wanted to set stuff up because sometime, probably in July, they still have yet to tell me the project, but they want to do a bling kit, a bling project. I'm assuming it's going to be something like license plates or compacts or
Binder of different parts of it. So we're gonna come up from idea wise and get started. It's fun stuff.
there. And so we'll put that together, and they're just gonna, you'll be able to buy the kit and bling along, or provide your own kit, your own bling stuff that night. And that's just what it's gonna be. It's gonna be super informal. You know, it's not gonna be like, okay, here's your structured PDF of everything that comes along with it, and here's your time frame to do it, and here's your rows of stones to use and do all that. No, it's just bling night. Yeah, bling along. That's what it was. Bling along is what we're gonna call it. Bling along. I'm down with that. Bling along is what we'll do it from there. And then she's gonna shoot to. They're gonna shoot to try and do that once a month. Yeah, I think is once a month is what the goal is on that to do it. So we'll see how that plays out. But while they're doing that, I am going to find this. And one of the things, as we go through and we look at different things for tonight, they said the stuff that's tonight is your rhinestones, your rhinestuds, your flatbacks, your HTV. Then we also have the small boxes. Now, that's not going to follow me, so I'll come around and grab it. Let's see. Let me grab a fun box. I mean, they're all fun boxes, but some of them, I'll show you. That's putting that there. Some are going to have different things. They're all going to have some magic lock in it. They're all going to have some transfer tape in it. They're all going to have some HTV anything. They're all going to have some final shield. Yeah, I had to think about what it's called. Probably not. Probably not because of it's the upload thing that's there for it. Because of it, of just our upload speed is atrocious right now, and that's the issue. It's nothing with your camera. It's nothing with the computer. It's nothing on anything here. Like right now, it's showing as a upload speed of 0.08. So while download is 130, yeah, 0.08 upload. No good. And I'm going to see if I can. And that's the thing with it. Let's see, because it could go into that. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm seeing anything that's there with it. Nothing really. The only thing I can do is I think there could be some issues inside of here, inside the building itself. You know, I guess I didn't think about that. Right, but I could go with this other one. It should pick up fine, and that's my wonder. That's my wonder. Then let me try something and see if it'll work. It's only one way to find out.
I mean, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes probably for to get clear. And they did right here. So it'll go right here and over here. So this one looks like it's right clear. This one dries clear pretty quick. I mean, it depends on, if you do a thinner layer than a thicker layer. So Kevin, yeah, I definitely would start with smaller areas with this glue. If I was using like a 2-part plastic glue that I use a lot that's super tight, like that one, I could apply my whole half a shoe or maybe even the whole shoe. And clean the whole thing before it's dry. I mean, it also depends too on how you're using the rhinestone. I also have a 5-minute.
thought I had my Ethernet adapter. Yeah, I thought I had my Ethernet.
But it will tell you working time 30 minutes. You can get a 5-minute, see it 30 minutes, and I think there might be an hour. Strong waterproof. It's big. It just takes me pretty quick in knowing what you're gonna do with Rhinestone. Rather than mind what. Work with it quicker. Makes me feel weird. I'm just trying to prop up a bit him on the camera. Remind that I'm like all with the schedule. Just right there.
Right, there's the.
Where your room, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, point.
They're keep like what move up. When we're doing now, they want to just tap it. I haven't used something very.
You still can't. What is going on with her sound? That is what is stressing me out. Because
I got tech issues, but yes, probably. First the dang storms and tornadoes are cold. But I got storm
she's upstairs. I just stole her mic, so now you can tell me.
Yeah.
Now you can tell me. Is she better, or am I better? And then Kevin asked, if you make a mistake, can you pick the crystal off? Well, as long as it's still workable, right? As long as it's still workable.
Work really hard at prying it off.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, she like looked on a car one time and she went back through with the X-Acto knife and, no, she had a chisel.
She had a chisel.
Like literally hammering.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. So sound-wise, can you hear this? Who sounds better as talking, me or Corey? Because I just swapped mics with her so we can see if it's the mic or if it's one of us. Then again, this is where you guys come in at, because we'll do this for a bit, and if we keep. Oh, so I'm better, which totally means I just swapped mics with her. It's Corey, not me. 100% Corey. I swapped mics. I'm fine. I took your mic. I'm fine.
To your computer, you're closer to the computer, so every time you give me mic, it's farther from your computer.
I don't think so.
Computer, if I don't fall, I'll kill myself.
She almost fell. That was almost not funny.
Would have laughed. Okay. Am I any clearer over here?
Because you should have like 300 feet with that.
Well, maybe it didn't like the 20 feet.
That's what I'm saying, yo. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Am I any better here, guys? Test.
Let's stop with the test. That's,
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can
your
you hear me now?
test is as bad as somebody else's. I don't know, but
Okay. So, I'm just waiting now to see if that's any better.
yes.
It is better?
Yeah. So I can't move this any farther because of it connected to that, and I'll lose it. And that's what I said I was worried about too.
So these mics slide.
Well, no, because you're trying to get over through that, and you've got everything.
It's a big open doorway, but there's a little bit of a wall, like partial wall between the computer. Okay.
Right.
I think if you're talking, tell me at what point I start to get fuzzier. I guess I should take one step
Oh,
at a
right.
time.
The whole thing was moving around. I thought I stopped it from moving. Did it show Corey on screen?
No, because I have a hole in my pants. Don't show me.
Yeah, she does.
It's just a tiny hole.
She's got 3 of them. That's where the leg holes in the top hole. Come on. Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Have I started getting wonky sounding yet?
I don't know. You sound fine to me.
But I started finding.
She can talk away all she wants. And that was the thing is I can turn on that mic in there. See, maybe we do that. Let's see how this switches.
So what
Can't
if I
unmute your
put
guest because they
this
choose to mute themselves. What if we go that way? Can't unmute your mic because that guest decided to undo it. This. I'm gonna we're gonna make these go.
So I want. I still have some wet glue right there. Still wet, we're gonna. Rhinestone.
Why did you go there? I can't. Because it's touchscreen, so as soon as I go to move it,
Oh. Kicking us out, folks.
I'm not.
Then you are banned.
I'm not. Here was some spot.
Do they count you? She probably better at this anyways.
We'll see. We'll see if that is any better, or if it's garbled, or whatever it is. Listen, I've got 3 sets of mics here. I was using a DJI, and legit, right before we went live, the DJI. What?
Leave it alone.
Right before I went live, the DJI decided that it wanted to just not work. Like it did the one time where it's fully charged. I'm seeing 4 bars on everything. Good to go with it. And you know what happened? I don't know. It went red. So DJI, what's wrong with your stuff? What's wrong with your stuff? So back to what are we rocking and rolling and doing?
Her sound was
Because
better
that follows
before
me
touched
that
again.
way. And now I should be on the screen. Her sound was better before we touched it. That's what I was.
Claude know how to fix it.
What?
Does Claude know how to fix it?
Claude knows how to fix what?
Sale?
I just told you no. I think it's more than that. I think it's because we're running 3 separate systems and they're all fighting amongst each other. And that is the issue. Because
You think this was the hell?
It's getting better there because it's more in line with your computer. There's not a wall. Maybe that helps.
I have no clue. I have no clue. I just know. Hey, come back here. Hi, buddy. Yeah. I just know that right now there's a phone on its own system, Corey's computer on its own system, and mine on its own system. And pair that with an upload speed of, let's run it and see where we're at right now, with an upload speed of a magical, here we go, here's the big number, we'll see where it's at with it, a magical upload speed of, what do we got? Winner chicken dinner. Oh, we're up to 6 right now, so maybe we're okay for a little bit. We'll see how it all plays out. So that's all we can do. Here you go for it. And that's what we have. And I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. And there's that. So we'll go ahead, do that with it. Yeah, it's just it's the upload. And I think that's the biggest issue. On this, mic-wise, I'm trying to run it through one. Like the thing that we found worked the best. One system, multiple cameras. That's the way to do it. The problem is you wanted to be in that office, and that office is on the other side of the room, way on the other side of the room. And that is the biggest thing. Had they did it at the table that's 4 foot away, we would have been fine. because then everything, we could have used both cameras, everything right there. Sound, everything would have been good. So we're learning. We'll learn that when we're all in one place, it's fine. When we're in multiple places, it's not. But now, we can still see the silver. Yeah. Wait, let's see. Bling Night Live is on the background. We see slivers between panels. Yeah, well, because when we're on all three, that's the stuff that's there for it. And so that's what I was saying on the little boxes. So patriotic themed for it. Yeah, USA theme, America theme, patriotic theme, red, white, and blue theme. So there's different. The stone colors are going to be your crystals, your blues, your reds. The vinyl selection is going to be your whites, your silver, your blues, and your reds. Options in there are going to be metal, puff, holographic, glitter. I think is what's in those with it. And then there's also the flock and the what's the other thing called? Transfer tape with it. So we'll get through it. We'll go with it. We have that pushing and saving and doing all the things. And then whenever Corey wants to, I gotta switch stuff around because she's gonna try and press some stuff. And that's scary because that's on the other side. But yeah, because that might actually, I'm gonna keep, you know what I'm trying to do? If I keep you on this screen, right? And if I go like that, it'll stay, right? Yeah. If I go like that, it'll stay. Perfect. So stay on that. Because what I might be able to do is I didn't think about this. Let the brainiac come to work. Let's see if I can. Why? You're smart. You're smart. You know how I know you're smart? Me. What? Rich grammar. Rich my grammar. Although I did hear country song today that totally threw me off because I was like, oh, why does that sound familiar? Totally was like country grammar, and it was. Yeah.
He's from the intellectual dance mix.
Yeah.
You don't know the song, so you don't.
So on TikTok, we went live this morning on TikTok while I was packing orders, and on TikTok we can get away with music, but yeah, that's a channel that I'm not impressed with. Let's just see. Yeah. If we do this, because then I can kick Corey out.
All right, can I say, can you kick my camera out so I can adjust the cameras around?
Yeah.
Think I still see it on the bottom of the.
Yeah. And I'm going to try and add it on mine. Okay. So that might work. Because now, let's see. Do you still have a live mic? Probably. Only if you're swearing at me, because we can all hear that. Let's see, that's Eamon, right?
Chris, let's leave it alone, that's just another pretty deal.
There. And that's the thing, I think if we pull more off of it, then we're good to go. Yeah, Jerry, everybody can see but you. Everybody can see perfectly fine but you. Everybody. I'm telling you, everybody can see perfectly fine but you. What do you, well, no. No, why? Things I have to in here do. Then remember when I said you're smart?
I was gonna do that too, but how do I make it taller than that? Oh. No, but yeah, but we had it higher up on Chris's ring light thing, so it did have more height to it.
You told me where you, because then you can look and see and.
It probably needs to be over here though, doesn't it? Because do I need to show Russian and tone?
Oh, and I don't, that's on you to decide.
That's a me problem.
That's a you problem, because I don't know what you want to do over there. You want to move it back up here? I don't know. So she's figuring it out. Now we can see, if I turn on the camera, they'll see you. So she's working on that and go there with it. There. So April's still doing mini. Corey is setting up to brush and stones and to press stuff. And we're gonna see how this works out.
Why is it like?
Well, because you didn't extend them all the way. You don't feed me bullshit and tell me it's soup, because I'm telling you, it's not. I can 100% tell you it was. I did it.
I'm trying to get this bad boy to do what it needs to do.
Watching her try and do this, hopefully she can understand my pain of what I go through when I try and set this stuff up. And I'm like, here's what you got to do, and here's how to do this, and here's what you can see. What are you trying to see? You're going to want to turn that. You're going to be dark right there, so you want to turn that, probably that light on. Do you want that to move?
I gotta
Hold
get
on.
my supplies.
Hold on a second. Don't touch anything, Hudson. Is that where you're going to be at?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because where you're at, you're going to be blocking light, because it's going to be behind. Right. But then it'll still be behind you.
Oh, I'll move it.
So do you want this here? Are you good with that there? Because you can't move back any farther. Listen, for any of you that say I can't go live, you're full of shit, right? You are full of caca. You can go live. You're gonna screw up. Things are gonna happen. This is just what we're gonna do. Like, that's what we got. And hopefully I have a direct line sight of her. And hopefully with that, maybe the mic will stay better on it. We'll see how it goes. So we do have World Cup tonight, right? And that's why, we got soccer design. And you could, on that, those, yeah, if you want them to, what are you trying to do? Now we'll see if a light fall. Oh my God, this is amazing. Wish you guys could see what I could see. I mean, I guess we could turn the camera around. I'm not. The camera's just staring at the ground. I don't know what you're.
I'm working on
So they're moving lights, they're moving cameras. Pretty soon we're gonna have action. Now, do you have, for supply wise, do you have everything you need? Do you have transfer tape? Okay, so you guys heard that, right? Do you have everything you need? Yep. Do you have transfer tape? Nope. So
Now I do.
now you do. Do you have your squeegee that you could possibly need? Do you have your katana in there? You have your tweezers. You have everything else in there. You have your stones. You have your brush. Okay. All right. All right. She's working on it. So now there's these things called knobs that you
Yeah, I
use to
know.
turn stuff up on.
Still falling. See? Flopping around. Like water. Okay, but now it's backwards.
Wow.
We'll see you. You were tight with that too, so you make me look like I'm the idiot.
I know. You have a thing wrapped around. Move it however you want to see it. That's tight there. I'm getting out of your way. I'm getting out of her way. And then the good thing is we got April over there just working away. She's just like, you know what? These guys are nuts.
I keep working.
All right. So you good, Corey? You think you're good? Think so? All right. Let's add it to the stage. There's that. And then we're going to pull April off the stage. That kind of sounds. Why do I get? Oh, what?
Why do I have two brushes?
No. I don't know. There. Okay. I would probably go soccer. Let's get soccer out of the way. Do you have the mic on? Let's start with that. Okay.
Maybe that'll help.
I don't know. I think right here we should be good to go. So let's see. And that's that ready to go on that one. And we'll see how it is. So we've got that one pushing through. Let's see. That one's going through there. You took everyone but April off. No, we're all back on there now with it. So that way, now, what do you mean? I can tell you from here. I can tell that one is going to be blue. That's blue because that's the flag. That's black because that's the outline. Then, what do you? And she took them away. We got 4 colors here: red, white, blue, black. Okay, that's going to be blue because that's the stars. Correct. That's the ball. The stars are going inside there. So that.
Yeah, those stars.
Correct. So that's blue.
All right.
Now we should be good.
Okay.
And then we'll see it. Sapphire DMC is what this one is going to be. Oh man, yeah, the speedle dropped again. Yeah, that's the internet. That's the internet issue that we're rolling with. Having an amazing upload speed of 0.5. 0.05. I take that back, 0.05. So yeah, that's the issue, folks. And so nothing we can do is going to fix that besides yelling at T-Mobile. That's the only thing that we can get through and do because everything is good here. Yeah, it's rolling through it. So this one, so you're going to do these? You're trying to understand how you're going to do this because you started with that one. So you're just going to.
It's on the top.
So you can't hinge anything.
I could hinge the other parts and then just put this one in by itself.
I love her. I love her. Just for future reference, if anybody wants to send liquor, they are, I had somebody send some soda, very refreshing. Yeah, very refreshing. You can DoorDash us margaritas from the corner. I mean, that's probably legit. But we could do that. Right. Let's see, what style women's shirt are the best sellers for sports designs? V-neck or crew necks? Corey's a V-neck girl.
Even my V-neck kind of goes up.
Corey only likes being choked sometimes.
But most popular is probably, people just go to crew necks. I mean, it's just.
But I think even when we do it also depends on what you're doing them for.
Design's gonna be funky on your belt.
Right. So the scoop necks, like right now, we'll do a lot of the tank tops, and so you have more of that scoop neck that's there with it. So your scoop necks, your V necks, a lot. It just comes down to customer preference. What do they want to wear, and we're just here to facilitate for them. Like say Corey likes her V necks or scoop necks. I'm more of a crew neck guy. I mean, there are guys that are V neck guys too, and that's perfectly fine. I'll say whatever you want with it, but in this instance, it really comes down to the personal preference on it of what's there with it. So on this, there's that blue. This was the DMC Cobalt Sapphire. So that is DMC Sapphire that we're using for the flag part of the soccer ball. And instead of her like trying, there it goes. I was like, I would pull from the side that had all the mass on it. And like Crystal prefers men's shirt size smaller because they're longer when they bend over to cover her hind end. Crystal, that's not an appropriate comment because I cannot make a comment on your hind end because I can't. What do you mean? Black matches the outline. So I said I was going to walk you through the colors, but you decided that you had it, so figure it out. You can make the color whatever you wanted. If you want to make them black, you want to make them red, you want to make them blue, you want to make them crystal, your colors, your design. Let me see, drop that down there. That is going to be red, right? Because there's the other one had the one for correct. So that's going to be red. And so for red, you are using, what are you using for red? Hang on, I gotta grab them.
You put strawberry in here for those?
I don't know. Probably strawberry. It was either strawberry or red cyan. Remember? Hey, do you guys remember earlier when I said you got everything and she said yep, and then I started naming. I started naming off things. Remember? And I was like, hey, do you have this? And she's like, nope. Do you have this? Nope. So she did not, in fact, have everything.
Because I pulled out the already used ones that I've added to, so you had 10 packs in here and I put them back.
Oh.
I didn't need 10 packs.
So I gave her 10 packs just to make sure that she had plenty because, you know, we're here. And then she puts all that one that she needs. So 100% my fault.
Because there's probably enough in the other pack that I had used, but.
My fault, folks. I was trying to over prepare, but instead I under delivered. It's not fun. That's not fun. So let's see as we go through that. Say no to crack. Yes, Crystal, say no to crack. I try to all the time to say no to crack, but I'm a fat guy, and so I have to wear like muumuus for that not to happen. And yeah, I have to wear like the dresses so it doesn't happen. Pilar says, I don't buy shirts ahead of time. Great point, Pilar. We don't buy them ahead of time. We order what our customers want when they need it because we set forth a proper scheduling timeline, 7 to 10 business days from the time that payment is collected or design is approved, whichever is later. 7 to 10 business days. In most instances, any of your shirt warehouses are going to be able to get things to you in 2 to 3 days. If you're ordering transfers, you should be able to get those in 2 to 3 days. If you're ordering supplies, same thing. You know, you should have everything that's there for it. So you give yourself that lead time going into it. Now, if somebody wants it faster, guess what? That's not your problem. Because I don't know about you, but hey, man, I need a shirt for tomorrow for my kid's birthday. Well, what birthday is it? It's their 10th. So you're telling me that for the past 9 years, you didn't know when your kid's birthday was? That's tomorrow? No. So you need it tomorrow? Guess what? I need more payment today. So I'm going to charge you some rush fees. So we charge rush fees if people try to order outside of our typical timeline. So if we go 7 to 10 business days on that, that gives you 2 weeks to get everything done and out the door. And typically that is pretty standard in this. We can turn around a store that closes and has 500 pieces of stuff and have that turned around in 7 to 10 business days. So yes, start planning with those. Now, if you're wanting stock things in there, because the other things that you come into is colors. Like for what we keep in stock on color, especially on the retail side of it. When we have the retail store, we would have all of our local colors, 10 of each size. So that way, there's 10 maroons in each size. We'd have 10 whites in each size. Same thing for greens, same thing for gold. We just had it so that way, we were a retail store, we had to have it. But as far as typical ones that I would keep on hand, one is stuff that I like, stuff that I want to wear. Two is the colors that I want to stock, that I want to wear. The flip side of that is not everybody has the same taste as you. So you can never go wrong with black. You can never go wrong with an athletic gray. That's what we were going with for it. And Crystal says, my cousin pimps me out in another state. He said he needs 10 black shirts. Okay, front, back, both pocket sleeve, artwork. How many colors? I mean, come on, right? There's so many different factors to that. All right, so she's using. Would you use the strawberry? I think she's making stuff up there, right? Strawberry. So strawberry on this. Are you gonna try and hinge it, or what are you gonna try and? What do we? There's like whole other conversations going on in there. I have no clue. No clue what the hell they're talking about in there. Oh, okay. I was like, what's going on in there? So here we go. She used the strawberry. She's going to hinge this one. So she's going to hinge probably 3 of the colors, right? Because she forgot to pull the fuzz off all the other ones too.
Yeah.
Of them. So we'll see.
I didn't use transfer tape. I just used the back of the block, so that's probably why it's like that.
Right. So maybe cut another piece of transfer tape and get the fuzzy off the rest of them, because you're going to have that one that lines up, and then you're going to have the black. What?
They're not the same size.
What do you mean they're not the same size? I just cut them. Are they not the same size?
They are not the same size. So now I don't know what to do.
Oh, you lined it up probably left upper right hand corner. I bet.
Upper left.
From my view, it's upper right hand corner. Because that's probably where the blue lines up as well.
I line it up with the top. There's holes that match up.
So I guess you're just going to do 4 presses on this one.
Down.
I don't know. I don't even. 4 presses.
Hang on.
4
Let's
presses.
see if I can.
How about you just brush that one in and lay the other one across it and see if you can do it that way. She's trying. She's trying, folks.
Hold on. I should have an idea though. I was like, you were setting me up for failure there, because you know exactly what'll happen is it'll touch stone and then they're all gonna be jacked.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I just work here. That's all I do. So now she's gonna see. There we go. There's smartness. So here's what I would do. If this is what you're trying to do, put the template down, then use move the transfer tape around and hover it where you want it to, and then hinge it back down. Does that make sense? She's gonna keep. There we go. I swear to you, I did not. If you could see me now, I'm giving her the finger. I'm giving her the finger because this is not my file. I didn't have no part of making this file. Nothing of it. All I did was pull the file out and cut the file. So don't blame me. Let's blame the previous regime for the lack of consistency in the file. So, Pasha just got a mystery box. You are going to get. What do you got? You're going to get. And each box is going to have. Is there a premium stone? There is. Each box does have a bag of premium stones in it. So there is that. Each box, when it comes to stones, they are color coordinated. And what does color coordinated mean in this instance? Red, white, and blue. So stone colors are going to be red, white, and blue. The vinyl is going to be red, white, and blue. The styles of everything you're going to get, that's a mystery. It could be Montana. It could be sapphire. It could be aqua. It could be glacier. It could be crystal AB. It could be crystal. It could be red Siam. It could be strawberry. It could be, what else is in there? I'm not sure what else is in there. Sparkling strawberry. It could be that. And then on the vinyl side of it, yeah, it could be metal. It could be glitter. It could be holographic. It could be all kinds of stuff. All right, so she's using, what are we using on that? Is that the DMC? Oh, the premium. She's going all out on this one. The crystal premium. Crystal premium. That just, it looks so good when it's all in there for it. I just bought one of these also. I love the mystery boxes, and thanks so much for that, Lisa. Now, I think, I'm not sure who said it, and it might have been Jerry who said it about doing themed ones or color coordinating ones. So I think that's what we'll do, is we'll have this. So as we go through here, this month mystery boxes are going to be, you know, red, white, and blue, because you know we've got 4th of July coming up, and then. But then what do we run after that? What do we run in July and August? Do you start, you know, because August is going to be your probably fall colors, and then October or September and October is going to be Halloween, which reminds me, when it comes to Halloween, what colors are Halloween colors? You know, what was that? Green? Yeah. Like there's so much that can be in that. So we'll try and coordinate some things with that so we can have some good colors with that. And same thing with the HTV, is where, you know, try to make sure it's specialty HTV, where it's your foils, your flocks, your puff, your glitter. What am I missing? What am I missing as I come around the corner and look at stuff? It would be your electrics. You know, we haven't done anything with electric for that. I've got a set of designs that I'm working on that are going to be multi-deck. They're going to be a few different versions of the kind of the same concept with it. River life, what was it? River life, lake life, beach life. Was it boat life? Maybe boat life. So all the same thing with it. They will be in rhinestones and HT or in vinyl, you know, what HTV or a color code with it. And then they will also have a scatter with it too. So we're going to put that pack together, you know, so there'll be 4 to 8 different ones in there. But some of the things, you know, that we have to work with when we put these mystery bundles together: electric weed, strip flock, twinkle, metal. You know, I don't know if we've had any sparkle. I have to look and see, because I don't even know, do we have sparkle listed on the site? But then glitter and holographic and brick. Brick, I think, is something that we can use as we get back into school for dimensional products. We do have one of the Patch Crafter heat presses on its way. I think it's supposed to ship out by sometime between the 15th and the 20th. So then we'll show how we can do some more stuff with patches and create hat patches. Rhinestone hat patches are awesome. So we can do that, and you can do that stuff with flock. And you're like, well, we're not supposed to layer and put on it. You're right, but you're not washing a hat. We got to remember that we're not washing a hat, so we can get away with a little bit more leniency on that. So we're going to show some of that with it. We do not have sparkle on that. Okay, I didn't think we did. When I'm just pulled up Caesar's book and I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't think we have sparkle, which maybe we could. But then the twinkle, the metal, the electric easy weed, the strip flock pro. We will do some multi-deck stuff with that. We'll do some layering on the flock. You know, we got the puff, which is, I love the way that puff looks on top of things for dimensional, and we'll have some fun with it. So Betty says red, white, and blue, made in July, and November for Veterans Day. Yeah, we could do November for Veterans Day, because that was my next thing. I think in November I would be more in the red, green, white phase. Blue, you know, blue is blue a Christmas color? Nobody in there. Winter color. I will go with that. Winter color. Because like glacier, you know, we can do that winter color. I'll agree with that, winter. So, you know, we'll have the blues, we'll have the whites, we'll have the greens, we'll have the reds. And then blue, well, because then blue is Hanukkah too, right? Isn't blue and gold for Hanukkah? Blue and white, blue and white. So we have those. Well, yeah, we do a couple of that for Veterans Day. And then, you know, to go through some of the other things in there. Yeah, I think white and blue are good for July too. White and blue, yeah. And that's why I'm like, is it more of a summer thing? Because like, do you go with, like, where does the UV colors fall into? You know, like your UV yellow, your UV purple, your UV orange. You know, is that more of a summer because those are for festivals? You know, you little rave addicts, you know, that are going to the blackout parties. You know, when we look at some of the other colors that we have in there, you know, you still, when you're looking at like your limes and your fluorescence, you know, is that summertime? Your neons, you're like your neon grapefruit, and your neon orange, and your neon yellow, and your neon green. You know, to me, that screams, you know, summertime, springtime, summertime, whatever, you know. You know, your stuff like your light pinks, you know, it's more Easter. Like my pastels, I think is more spring. You know, where you'd run that. And so we'll get to it. Blue and white Hanukkah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Adhesive vinyl, we're looking at it. We're looking at bringing it back in, Carol. I cannot give a definitive time on it. I can't say, hey, it'll be here in the next month. It'll be here in the next 3 months. It'll be here in the next 6 months. It will be here as soon as I have a firm date on it. I can give you guys a firm date on it. But one of the things with that is to bring in products and have that kind of money wrapped in inventory. We already see what kind of products we have that we don't do enough things with. The flatback side of things, you know, this is part of, you know, Corey's gig over there is doing more stuff with flatbacks and bringing April in it. And when you guys head out for your next training, is that September? So they'll go out to the dojo and for more, you know, continuing education hours for blinging. But you know, I'm looking at tons of mixed dragon and flamingo and fuchsia and galaxy and rose gold and opal and sea turtle and snow and strawberry. So I said, you need to get to mixing. You need to get to making some projects. Yeah, jet black. Is that right? The Korean Loled. There's which one is the diamond cut? DMC. Okay. So DMC jet black is what she's using on this. So we're going through that and going there, and we'll see. As far as the polymetric vinyls, my screen is blurry as hell. I can't even see that. I think that's what that says in there. Once we know, we can let you know. What? Right there.
No.
Nope.
I mean, if it did, it didn't line up right.
It's look where that one is right there. You got the stuff on the side. That looks. Nope. I know it's not that one. It's either. I think it's that one.
Okay, so it probably just isn't lining up with this one.
Yeah, probably just not lining up. Probably just not lining up with that one. So we're going again. We're gonna figure it out. I might even crack open a beer. I don't think I have one here. I need something to drink. That's right. That's what I need. More energy. Oh. I don't even know if you guys can still hear me. The power is doing so good outside. That maybe fell. Maybe that's the part.
Oh,
Issue with it. All right, let's see. We're gonna check that. We're gonna test that again. Listen, I can't help you. You have to figure this one out on your own. Figure it out on your own.
Look at this one, and I want to just put them together on their own selves.
That's what I'm saying. Because you got 3 of them, right? You got 3 of them done? Like three. You got 3 colors on there?
There's 2 on this one and 1 on the other guy.
Okay, so you're working through it. You're working through it, like little by little. I'm picking up what you're putting down, like little by little. I just underneath it or above it, wherever you want to have it. So that's, if you want it black, yeah. If you want it black, you said you can 100% be black. Listen, don't sit here and pretend like you just doing what I say to do, just because you're live. You know that is the biggest one. Just right now. That's right. Just right now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Ooh, that's a good one. The sparkling sherbet slush. That's what I need. A little juices it up there for it. You hear my loud mouth. Thanks. Or were you talking about Corey? Which one were you talking about, Brian? You're talking about me? You're talking about Corey.
Is Brian on there from Apparel?
I don't know. He says, we hear your loud mouth. So is that me or do you? Remember, Brian, she knows where you work, right? I mean, it's scary getting there because there's no there's no shoulders on the road. That was the scariest thing about the drive there. I'm like, where the hell's the shoulders on the road? Like, we're gonna end up in this ditch. Missouri. That is right. Missouri. So, so now we're doing black, and this is the jet black DMC jet black. And we're pushing her through this. Corey's just ready to get through today, and then we'll figure out show for next week. Yeah, no tornadoes, no crazy supercells. She did try and give the dog to Odie the dog, but hey,
Have one too. It says I only gave him one.
yeah, he needs 7 of them.
No, he barks at every bit of thunder. He barks at everything, but he really barks at the thunder. And it was rolling thunder constantly. So all he was doing was panting and running around barking.
Yeah,
And so
it's
I
very
said
stressful.
this morning, I said, it's gonna be a long day. We're just gonna give him a tranquilizer.
That's right.
It usually doesn't knock him out until like the next day. And today he went to the nap and he was very calm and very slow.
It's like the person who's never had a gummy before and they decide to just like, oh, this is 50 or 100, I'm down, I can do it. And then next thing you know, they're drooling out of their mouth and they're, oh, you know, it's wild with it. I'm telling you, Brian, that's right. She just wants to go on vacation. She's counting the days. Next week, we have a busy week because of baseball tournament. You know, we don't know. Do we know yet if games start on Monday or Tuesday for us? Okay, so games could be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Wednesday, we have Hattie's birthday. And so birthday dinner for that. But so show is probably going to be Thursday.
On Wednesday still.
What?
Our birthday dinner, we have to like do it early.
Why?
If we're trying to get here to do the show.
No, we won't do this until Thursday or Friday.
Oh, okay.
And so that's what show will be Thursday or Friday. And then they leave. Have you guys decided what time you're leaving on Saturday morning? So
Yeah.
middle of the night. They're going up to Chicago and then they're flying to Mexico. So then I'm on my own for Corey's birthday. So Corey's birthday, she gets to celebrate without me in a beach in Mexico. I mean, that sounds awesome. But she also has the kids, so have fun. You know, it'll be here. And then I gotta cook. I've got to cook my own steak because you know it's tomahawk time for Father's Day, and who's gonna cook it for me? So I'm trying to get Krista or Delaney to cook a steak for me. We'll see. No, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, all they can. I'll set the temperature for them. I'll put the probe in. No, there's not. Like, listen, you put a probe in a steak. For those that are, if you, yeah, I should get 2 steaks. I should get 2 steaks. 2 steaks because I'll get the, you know, because I get the tomahawk, and so it'll be anywhere from 27 to 32 ounces, I think, somewhere around there. So it'll be one of those. And the proper way to do it is I fire up the smoker and I have the smoker at 250 and I go ahead and I throw a probe in it. You bring it up to 100. All right. You bring it up to the 100 and you set that out. While you're having that rest there, you crank up your grill, crank up whatever it needs to be, 500-600 degrees, and then you throw the steak back on there. 30 seconds to a minute each side. Done. Let it rest 15. It'll be the best steak you have. And that's my Father's Day present every year. And I just cook it myself. I usually, you know, that's my day is mow the grass. And some years I get lucky and it's Hattie's birthday too. So then it's all about her. But golf cart ride, maybe, you know. But if it's just me and everybody's working, Dad's just going to take care of himself. That means it's probably a day of watching movies that I don't typically get to. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're talking like Marvel movies because Corey's not too keen on those. If it doesn't involve like, you know, some 20-year-old trying to find their inner feng shui or some weird love triangle, she's just not into it. It's got to be mindless, something that you don't have to think about, you know. Then I'm like, no, there's a whole story arc with this. Maybe I'll go to the movies by myself. Maybe I'll go see He-Man by myself and relive my youth. You know, maybe that's what I'll do. So we did this with it. Do you then have to chase it around in your plate with fork? No, because when you have it at 100, right? You have it at 100 and you throw it in there and it's ripping hot. Like I said, 500 to 700 degrees. For mine, I usually at 600. I'm square with it, and you'll get it, and it'll come out, a nice medium rare, and that's where it's great for it. I think Marvel stuff's great too. Corey just can't get into it. Yeah. The thing is Corey asks questions during movies, and I don't like to answer those questions. I just want to assume that you should know the story arc because you've invested the last, 18 years like I have into it. So you should know these things. Like Star Wars stuff, I tried that. Yeah, I have to give up because she just, that's the story arcs. What's this? Why is this one there? What's that? Oh yeah, I just can't. So it could be, ooh, I could go see Mandalorian and Grogu. I could go see that because I could make it a movie time when it's out there for it. And Brian says she's done with you. Nope. So Corey has not seen Yellowstone because I started to watch it and she lasted like an episode and a half and she's like, I'm done. She couldn't get into it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, this is awesome. So that's one that I have to watch by myself. And it sucks. There's a lot of that. Like I'm telling you, if it doesn't involve like some crazy love triangles of 20-something-year-olds, okay, maybe.
Cars or Donkey Kong.
What? Unlimited hours of Cars and Donkey Kong. Okay, she's trying to bust my balls for this, but listen, there's a video that came out. Well, there is somebody finally passed the last level of Donkey Kong. There was another level at 40 years it took somebody to get to it. And so I was fascinated by the story behind it, and it was the math behind it because everything's is ones and zeros on why it was happening and how were they able to do it. So I find that fascinating. I find the speed runs of someone being able to beat all Marios within an hour amazing. I love seeing this. What? No, it was just the glitches in the game and how it works, and I love seeing that. I love seeing somebody be able to beat Zelda in an hour without taking any damage. Like that's my mindless stuff. So get off my case. Get off my case. Yellowstone or Felony of the Week. Ooh, what's Felony of the Week? I can go see The Devil Wears Prada 2. The girls already went and seen it. They didn't ask me to come along. So there. Any of the Yellowstone stuff. The Yellowstone, the Dutton Ranch. What isn't there another one that goes along with that? Was it Marshalls or something that's there? Yeah. I'd be down. She's not so much. You know what I'd love to get her to watch? Oh, it would make me super excited if I could get her to sit down and just watch The Sopranos with me. If we could watch The Sopranos from start to finish on it, that would be awesome. I did get her for Walking Dead. Oh yeah, she wants to pull that BS. I was raising kids. I'm sorry. I know how to not have kids, so I can enjoy my early 20s. All right, like get off of it. Like I got to enjoy that. She's giving me the finger now. Like now she can enjoy her 40s and wait until she's in her 50s, and I'm in my 40s. We got like a long. That's right. And you're in your 50s, and I'm in my 40s. And The Sopranos was just a weekly thing. You have to go. It was like. Remember before you could just watch stuff whenever you wanted to, and you had to make it there because if you didn't, we had to wait until the reruns came on. Yeah. All right. So now she's gonna try and press this. And I'm like, what do I see there? I see it. Look, I see a box of boxes of labels and that stuff that we're gonna put in there with it. Yeah, another one. Yeah, what kind of shirt are you gonna put this on? Because this needs to go on a light-ish shirt. But not so much because we got the black, so you can put it on whatever you want. If you go a light shirt, you should be fine. Yeah.
Shirt.
And Brian says Marshall's was too over the top. Can I get a link to the form? Yeah, throw a link to the form in there. We'll get this one because she's going to press this one. Then we'll do another one. We'll get you some entries. We'll get you some stuff, and we will get you out of here on this amazing night of craziness. Yes, we'll check back in on April's progress on that, which. She's coming right along on that. If I can, like Corey's doing there. Look at that. She's coming right along on Minnie over there. Just bling, 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 bling. And that was one of the things that we had talked about was as they're blinging projects to just get that office over there set up and it's just always live so they can just go live and hit the button and do it. So Corey, I'm gonna come move. No, I'm not. I was gonna say I'm gonna come move your stuff, but I'm not going to because it's fine there. You because the comments were kind of blocking part of it. But all right, so we've got the two color here, and then you're gonna come back. So we got total 4 presses that we're gonna do with this, right? Yeah. HUDs please don't. There's too many cables going that way.
Maybe 3, maybe 4.
All right. Right. You can probably turn on the. I could probably come over there, and there's probably brakes. Probably brakes. Got it. Got it. Get it? Got it. Good. So remember, while we're doing this, there's still, I think, a few mystery boxes left. Yeah, a few mystery boxes left. And in those, there is going to be some flock. There's going to be some transfer tape. There's going to be some specialty vinyl. There's going to be some stones. There's going to be some HTV anything and some vinyl shield. And all of that's in that glory. And the sky's looking weird up here. So let's see how it's okay. So we still have those. We'll give away designs from tonight, and we'll give away the soccer transfer. We'll give away the set of soccer transfers for that. She's trying to figure this out, and she's going to complain to me. Why don't you do the black first? Are you sure? I would have did the black first because the black is the one that is the outline of everything, and then you would know where everything went from that. That could be too. I didn't. Yeah, these are full size ones. These are full size ones, Mary Alice. These are full size, big designs with it. Yeah, rotate. Maybe. Is that right? Is that right? I don't know. Does it look right?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to see on mine because it looks like it doesn't, but I don't know.
I don't think there's any other way it can go because this skinny one's right here.
Okay.
Unless that's the complete opposite. I don't know if that works.
That looks a little closer. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Yeah. So just so you know, when you do multi-piece ones, there is some thought that you might have to do in this because where is the template? Remember where you pull stuff off of? Which way you pull it off, so you know which way it goes. Because on things with circles, it is very, very easy to get messed up on it. Yeah, for anybody watching that, just Nicole, you're still here. You listen. We've had fuzzy screen all night. We've had messed up audio. We've had typical Wednesday issues on Thursday. And no, the upload speed is where the issue is with it. It's just atrocious upload speed, and that's what's killing it. Is hoping that everything was fine. I'm like, wait a minute, this is good. I said, you know what? Why don't I just run a speed test on stuff? And it is atrocious, and that's the issue that we're running into on why things are the way they are. Although right now it says that we've got 8. We're up to 8. Remember we were at 0.04 or 05 earlier. So yeah, it's trying to do its thing. We'll get through it. We'll make it happen. So make sure. Mary says, wait a minute, where's the press? That's at the other office. This one hasn't made its way up here yet. I asked Corey, I said, do you want to take it up to the shop, put up there? Because she still does, a lot of pressing at home and at the home office. And she's like, I don't know yet. And because she says she wants to have a press there. I'm like, well, which way do you want to do it? We can have one there. We can have it here. So far, it's still at the home office. Now, we'll see how long that lasts because I don't think it'll last too long. She does like the shh, and that's why I think it's that, her being at home. She likes that one. So, like with this, yeah, sounds like your whole day, Nicole. It has been our whole things. Brian says it looks crooked, but it's probably because you're not wearing a sock. She's working on it. She's working on it. But the stuff tonight, they said it is use the code STORM. That's going to save 25% off your rhinestones, rhinestuds, and flatbacks along with HTV. And then we've got the small mystery boxes, and they are. I still haven't decided what are they. They're USA themed, America themed, red, white, and blue themed. They're themed like that. They're patriotic themed. That was the thing I was looking for because there is everything in there should coordinate with each other between red, white, and blue stuff. So it looks like everything's lining up there and being rock solid. Good to go with it. Let's see. That's what we have. So here we are. I know, Mary Alice. I know. I've seen it. I was making sure you were listening to me. That's what I was doing. Making sure that you were listening to me. So she's going through this. We're putting it in here. She's what you think? You think you may have missed something? Do you think she may have missed something? So we're seeing what we got with that. And then remember, next week, really good chance that the show will be on Thursday night. Not sure on the time yet because we're kind of waiting to the schedule for ball. And then 2 week show will also be on Thursday. So the next 2 Thursdays is tentative for the shows. Next week we'll have a time. Bling Night Live, ball drop edition. We're gonna have some different deals on different things. We're gonna put new stuff together for. We're gonna update the board with new prizes and a whole new experience when it comes to that. So, Corey, when did you, now that you're going to come to your last press, as you put on the soccer, right? She puts in soccer, and she's going to finish strong with that one. I don't know. I'm over here. Right there. That's found it right there. Right there. 9 p.m. show. Brian says 9 p.m. 9 p.m. on a Thursday night. That'd be 10 o'clock on the East Coast, but it would be 8 and 7 there. So we could do a late night live after dark. If you want to do an adult live after dark, everybody bring a beverage and let's see how bad we can screw something up. I mean, I'm down. We haven't done late night live in a long time. I bet it's been close to it's pre-COVID. Probably 2018 was the last time I did a late night live, and those were good times back then. Good times back then. Kevin, they're still working. They're still working on them. Let me pull this over here, and there's me. Oh, let's see. I gotta make it go back a little farther there. You see, April's still working on Minnie over there, and we'll show off Minnie. We'll show off Minnie before we get out of here tonight, and we get everything. But here's what she's putting together. So we've got this is, I think, like 8 inches wide on that. Oh my God, can we all stay awake? We're all old. Kevin, you're only as old as you feel. And this is Brian who is suggesting 9 o'clock at night for a late night live. I would be down with it. I would have some adult beverages. What? No. I've been trying to go to bed, between 11 and 12. And it's because I also get up, between 4 and 5. So that works for me. That works for me. That's what I'm saying. Shots. Everybody. We could. All right. Brian says 9 o'clock. Late. What? I thought we were. Yeah. No. We could do this. Brian suggests 9 o'clock, late night live. We can do, you have to take a shot or a drink of your choice every time either A, the camera is blurry, but more than likely, every time that somebody says it's blurry. every time somebody says the camera's blurry, if you say if someone says camera's blurry or there's no sound, you have to take a drink. So I'd be down with either one. You want to? You there with it? Ooh, how's it look? What was upside down? No. Oh, she. Hold up. Yeah, I want to take my side. I'm taking my side.
Oh, you didn't.
Taking my side. She's gonna do the next thing. Oh, that fantabulous. All right, we're gonna bring me on the screen. Right, she's gonna clear that off. Do the next thing. Oh, because she put stones on it. All right, there it is. Soccer. Oh, I need my phone so I can do some lightage. But I gotta grab it out of my pocket. What did you do? What did you do? Probably. What are you trying to figure out? Oh, okay.
I need to see if I can see.
All right. There it is. Okay. There's. Oh, look at that. And you'll say soccer. Tons of sparkle in it. And in this, we have, what do we have? The sapphire, right? Sapphire, strawberry. Yeah, like we already have enough problems with sound. Hudson's like, let's make some popcorn. Story of my life. Like, I just need 2 hours to be able to work. Nope. So we got sapphire, right? DMC sapphire. We have strawberry, so the diamond cut strawberry. We have the premium crystal, right? Premium crystal. And then the DMC jet black. So look at that. You want to say go with that, because that is some bling, 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 bling. I am totally happy with that. Then we'll get it closer so you can see all the fun sparkle with that. Now Corey is working on the next thing, and we can go there. But like I said, here's what we're gonna do. Every time somebody says something on the screen, you just got to drink. Just got to drink. That's what we're gonna do, right? We do that, and it'll be fine. And then we go there with it. And I think we wouldn't be so screwed. It would just be every because when it happens, it happens. It's just every time somebody says it. So if somebody new comes in, they're like, oh, it's blurry. Drink. That's what we would do with it. All right. I think Corey is set up-ish over there for it again. And we'll see. There's Rhinestones. And there's April still going away on Mini. So we'll bring that back up in here. You know what? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna do something and see if this works. So we're gonna do here. We're gonna do this, and I'm gonna make this one here, and then give me a second. And let's bring it back to the stage. And there we all are. And now we'll see how it works. So just don't away there. So nope, not today. That's totally what our internet is saying to us. Nope, not today. For this one, Corey is going to use the DMC Peridot. So the DMC Peridot is what she's going to use on this one. And we'll see how it all is right there for. Yeah, no sound, drink, right? That's what we're going to say. And there it is. So I said, nope, just practice, right? So these are the DMC Peridot, right? DMC Peridot. DMC Peridot is what this is. And then what are you doing the outline in? Black. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I got black in here and I got black diamond.
I don't care. What do you want to do? Black diamond? Jet black.
I got a dark enough shirt, we can do like that.
All right, she's gonna look and see. So we have a DMC Peridot that we're gonna do. Yes, practice away with it. I was hoping that that everything there was speed, good to go on it, but yeah, not so much. Not today. Nope. That's what this is the perfect shirt for tonight. Not today. Because it should be good to go, but tis not good to go because it is just struggle-luggling. I'm going to maybe they get a week to run some networking cables in and see how that is because one's plugged in and I thought I was going to plug straight in and then I realized that I don't have an Ethernet port on either of these, so I need to grab a couple of adapters, which is always fun to realize after the fact that you need some adapters. Kevin, drink of choice, shot of choice. What do we think? I think drink of choice. Drink of choice or shot of choice. I mean, well, I'm not going to fireball it up. Like, I'm not 20 anymore. Sometimes I might feel it, but what? I did. Yep. I went and I just passed out. I did. We got hammered that night during a late night COVID show. And I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom. And I never came back. So Corey had to go shut it down. Anybody remember the good old COVID calls, when everybody was just all dealing with the same thing and not sure what to go on. And we all got together just through Zoom. And that's how we got by with stuff. And having a couple drinks led to a couple more drinks. And then the later you went, the more fun it was because a lot of the people who thought they were better than everybody else, they ditched out. But the true troopers that were ready to enjoy a night, the crazies of the crazies came out to play. And man, oh man, did we have some fun with that. Yeah, once we connected up, Carol, the bigger issue is that's what I thought. I'm like, I'm just gonna tie right in the network here, and then I realized that on both laptops there is no Ethernet port, so I need to get the Ethernet to USB or mini USB or whatever it is. I need to grab that adapter because there's no Ethernet because everything's Wi-Fi. Everything's Wi-Fi. Listen, I want to be hardwired in the stuff. And the only way that can happen, apparently, with any of these laptops is they need to have the adapter with it. Kevin says, let's recreate that night. Man, woo, we had some fun with it. We really did have some fun. And we had a good time because people will sit and say that 2020 was the worst year ever. And it's hard for me to say that because that was the year we got married. It was wild. We get married and we're in Mexico and nobody. I don't remember anybody mentioning anything about COVID when we were in Mexico because we were there at the end of February, beginning of March, and then when we got back, that's when everything shut down. Because I remember beforehand when it was there and they were building the hospital over in China and they put the hospital up in 2 weeks. We're like, oh, okay, it's there. Then we go to Mexico and then we come back and the world we're like, nothing happened. When you're on vacation, you don't pay attention to world news. At least I don't. I pay attention to how many chicken wings I can feed my fat face and what time that swim bar opens. 10 o'clock, 11, 10, 11. What time does 10 o'clock? Swim bar opened up at 10. So those are my things. Breakfast at 8:30, 9 o'clock, swim bar at 10, Pepe's at noon. And then there's only a few days they let me really let loose. But for the most part, I was pretty mild-mannered, self-contained. But that was coming back from that. It was 2 weeks later they shut it down because I remember it was right before St. Patrick's Day because remember that's when the bars and that stuff and then they shut it down beforehand and they're like, what do we do with all this food? What do we do with all this stuff? And so be it. But good things did come from that. We got plenty of streaming services. Now I don't have to leave my house for groceries. It can just get delivered. There's a lot that came out of that. So yeah. No, Brian, not an Apple. This is these are Asus. Everything is going to without Ethernet ports. They're all going. the micro USB and that. So there, yes. And Clark said, I took Tia to Florida on spring break 3 weeks after your wedding. Yeah, things were still open, but yeah, because we shut down right there before that, because I remember when we got back. Remember, we signed the lease to the new place while we were down there, and by the time we got back, we were only open 2 weeks before the state shut us down, and that's when we were like, oh, so yeah, that sucked. So okay, right now she did the peridot, the DMC peridot on the nope, not today innards. And now on the outers, did you go with jet black or black diamond? So we're going to 2-color this one up. We'll see what it looks like. And we'll just hope and pray. Doesn't turn out, take a drink. That's what we're going to do. So
Doesn't work. Don't put on somebody. Put good enough color.
just remember, not today, folks. Not today. So we'll push through it. We'll grab some adapters. We're going to see what we can do to make this work. Because last night was bad. Tonight's not there with it, and is there. Yeah, we had just got back. We'd signed that lease, and then boom. We're gonna do everything, and gone, just like that. Which then made us realize we don't need the retail store. Who knew? 6 short years later, we'd be buying the Rhinestone world. 5 years, I guess 5 years later. That's wild to think about. It's wild to think about that. That we will have this. We're in June, and we're quickly coming up on end of the year. Where the hell did that year go? I'll tell you where that year went. Frustration, crying, laughing. It's been a wild year, and one of these days I'll have to sit down with everybody and do a little fireside chat with Todd in the story of Todd and TRW, because that is an interesting story. We'll get through all that one day. Someday, one day, once I figure out what the hell I'm going to do with my life, right? So the mystery boxes, there's 5 left. Like I said, get in there with it, and there we go. The Lake of the Ozarks, where I live, made TMZ for having 1 million+ people here during the shutdown. We never shut down, and city folks were flocking here. I bet. There's a lot of places that were like, so in our area, we are on the Iowa-Illinois border. I don't think Iowa ever shut down, did they?
But not really.
Because that's where all the sports teams went. That's where all the youth teams went. That's where everything went, was to Iowa. So because they didn't shut any of it down, they're like, and you're going to be fine. And so they flocked from Illinois right across the river, and it was legit like crossing the border from San Diego into Mexico. It was complete lawlessness. You wanted to smoke in a bar, whatever. We're going to let you. You want to do whatever you want over here. Welcome to Iowa. Keep your mask on the other side of the river. So it was wild with it, but we went through it. It was there. Let's see. Long Island's in the slushy machine while camping. Nice. I can do a mean one of that. Oh, is that where Brian? You're gonna be there next week, Brian? Brian probably on his 50-foot cigarette boat out there. I see that. I can see that doing it, wearing the fedora. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see it. What? Lake of the Ozarks. And that way we got it, and we're pushing through it in there. Oh, and let's see, Corey's putting that one there. Right there. Tennessee was pretty open too. Virginia, not so much. Yeah, they did not care. Iowa did not care. Do what you want. Go what you want. Hudson's trying to, flip over a chair while I'm here, and that's fun for it. So she got all the nope in here. Nope, not today. And she's brushing these in here. She's using the Rhinestone monster brush along with the magic scoop-a-loop. And remember, when using that scoop, to put in the plug. So you put the cork in it so you don't end up all over the floor. Now with this, we'll do this. We'll give the time for the giveaways, and then we'll get you guys out of here. Remember, show next Thursday. I'm not sure on time. It'll be as soon as we know on time. We'll put it there. Bring a drink. Maybe we'll have to, we'll make some drinking games up. But then the next one after that, 2 weeks from today, ball drop. And here's what's happening, right? You ever get so excited on Christmas thinking you're going to get something, or for your birthday? Your wife's going to give you that amazing present, that present that you asked for all year long. That you said, "Hey, this is what I want." I've cut stuff out of the magazines. I've sent you every ad on it, and then you get a goddamn tie. Like you were so deflated on it. That's what this app's like. I'm super excited for this. I think it is awesome, and I'm worried that you're going to see it and be like, "Yeah, that's nice." Like, just pretend that you like it. Like when listen, we're all in on this, right? We're all in on the lie that not every baby is pretty. Like there's some ugly ass babies out there. But you never say that. You're like, "Oh, what a cute little baby." You can say that. Like if you don't like the app that I built for this and the interaction fun that we have, just say, "Oh, what a cute little baby." And I will appreciate that. Okay? I will appreciate that. Oh, so black diamond, black shirt. We're doing a little black on black crime right here. We're gonna see how this turns out. Let's see what it looks like. Come on, baby. Black on black. Some people are like, you can't do it. You can't do the tonal stuff on it. And black on black, they're like, it's a crime to do it that way because you can't really see it. Like, listen, you can. The black diamond is more of how would you describe it? Yeah, more of a silvery look, like a silver base, black top coat type thing. So you really, really can do it with that, and I really, really like how it looks on that. And with the peridot on here, yeah, I think we're set for it. Let's see, what else do we have on there? Let's say how our ubbies just look at each other when she and I finally get to meet in real life. Can't imagine the laughs and drinks. Yeah. That's how it is. That nurse said, "No, you don't say the baby is cute. You just say, 'Oh, you had a baby. Oh, you had a baby.'" It looks like the Gap font, the brand. I do like that. That did turn out pretty sweet with it. All right, you can take that over to me. We're gonna while we get that one situated. Yeah, I can shut that down because you're done with that, so I can remove that from there, and then it's just April on there showing Minnie while I do the rest of this.
NBA Finals design.
Oh, that does look good. That green is good. That is a good green. That DMC green is going to be fantabulous. Let me bring this back on screen. Is your mic still live? Yeah. Swear away. Swear away there, Sweary McSwears a lot. Is there a stone missing in the E? Yep, there sure is.
Not on this thing.
Yep, it sure is.
I think, sure, yeah.
Here, she's gonna press it real quick, but this is the DMC Peridot in the black diamond, and that that does look so damn good. Just squint your eyes. Just squint your eyes on that. And that green, that is some wild green. I dig that green on it. And you can see that black diamond looks really good in there. Okay. Go take that back to mom. We'll pull me off of here. Oh, there's me right there. There I am. And there's that. And while she's doing that one, let's see what we got there. Minnie's coming along pretty nice. I must say, Minnie, come on now, wait, Minnie, go get your entries in. We're gonna call entries in like 4 minutes. 4 minutes, we'll get giveaways today. Oh, I like that. Oh, she's got like ruby slippers. She's like,
No place like home. Should I get take one of that for you?
yeah, no place like home. I'll take pictures and videos and I'll put it in the group for it so you can see it a little better. But she is rocking and rolling there with it.
Back it off.
No, I don't need that at all with it. We're showing that off. All right, there's that. Now let's bring me back on screen, right? Let's put that right there. And there's me on this. All right, so we got soccer. Here's what we're giving away tonight. giveaway design or mini pack of choice. So you can get a mini pack of choice or TRW design. We're going to do 2 of those, and we will give away the soccer template from tonight. Soccer template. If you win, just put in the notes your next order that requires shipping. It'll go out. If you placed an order tonight, we'll put it in there so that way it goes out with it. And then what are we doing? We got a meetup that we're scheduling up in here. I got to see. Just gonna need probably at least an extended weekend just to laugh and talk, make food and plants galore when we finally get to meet. Yeah, we need like one of those tiny house communions where there's like a big fire pot in the middle and they're surrounded by little houses. They can make that work. I need to sell tickets to meet up. Buy one, yes, it'll take a couple days for you to just to stop hugging. Probably. Like, I think I don't even know how long I talked to Pilar before I met her in person, but Corey met her way before I did. Pilar, you met Pilar in person before I did, I think. Pretty sure that we have with it. We got the link posted in there. We got that. We're like I said, we got about, I'm looking at it, we got 2 minutes, and then we'll get your entry forms in there so that way we could have it. And yeah, got to take a drink, Mary Alice. You got to take a drink because it's blurry. You got to take a drink. That's what we're saying. If you said it, you got to take it because, yeah, 0.04 upload. Yeah, that's amazing. And there's nothing we can do. Nothing at all. The download speed's fantabulous, 126, but the upload, trash McGee. So, all right, we got a minute. We'll give those away for it. Yeah, TRW drinking game, Eric. Anytime someone says that they can't hear or that it's blurry, we have to take a drink. That's what we have to do for it. No, it's not. It's because see, look, if I stay over here, it goes away. I think it's just the upload, and so it's trying to work through that. Because I don't even think I can. I bet if I could change the settings down for it. You got 4 boxes left. That's yeah. Because Pilar is in the mountains and Todd is in the Midwest. That is right. That is right. That is right. Yep, she and I traveled to San Diego. Another year, you joined us. That's right. That's what it was. Yeah, they went and did all kinds of fun stuff. And now we've got, 2 years before Mexico again. 2 years before Mexico again. All right, I'm calling it right now. We're going to go get some giveaways. I need to go into our chat so I can find the linky poo. There it is to be able to pull names and go do some Bling Night live. First up, let's see. Today is the 11th, right? Let's see. So we've got all these, and then I'll be able to pull the one from. There it is for the YouTube member. We'll get that YouTube member. We're going to change that up. Okay. It was brought to our attention, and I completely get it. Where some of the people were like, "Hey, during the purge of remember when everything happened, and we had a bunch of pissed off people because our channel was hijacked and they thought we were stealing from them and all this other stuff." Well, some people left and came back, but they lost all their badges and things like that. So even though they took a month off, they still lost everything because of it. So I think we're just going to go with every member. We're going to draw from there with it. So it's kind of where we are with stuff. And so we're going to change up how we did on that. Now I need to go find the heat press dash, and we'll see how heat press dash does. So heat press dash is trying to pull up as we go through there. There it is. No, I need you gotta can't be bouncing around by me. Hey, you gotta give me some time, Huds. All right. So we're gonna get in here, and first off the bat is going to be some mini packs of choice. So we'll get those in here. And this is gonna be mini pack of choice, right? Mini pack. Whoop. If I could spell, we would get it right there. Mini pack of choice. Okay. And now we'll get back in StreamYard, and we'll be able to see that with it. And let's see, we'll stop that. That's good to go. And look at that. It said everything's clear. Great. We'll show everything off there. And I think it's because we're shutting down the other cameras because the bandwidth. And so that's what it is there for something. All right. Now We got those in there. So bring that other shirt. Now we think we're clear. Grab that other shirt. Now we think we're clear. I think that's what it is crap bandwidth, 3 different devices on it. Ta-da. Okay. So soccer. We'll turn it on there and we can see it. Ooh, there it is. There's the soccer. And you can just see the premium stones in there. That was sapphire, strawberry, jet black, and the premium diamond cut. And for a closer inspection, there's the colors and there's the sparkle. Oh, baby. There's the sparkle. Nope, not today. And this is the black diamond in the DMC Peridot. So the DMC Peridot, that green, look at that green. That's a green, baby, that Peridot. So, and then look at that black diamond sparkle under the lights. Oh, so good. You can steal that mic and bring it back here too. And then put it over here and throw it in the charger. So there's that. And the gray shirt, let's see. Is that a gray shirt or white? Gray. It's a gray shirt. And yeah, gray shirt. I had to look at it again. There. Throw it in here. And then there's that. That's good to go. Okay. So much better. I like the green. That is a good green. That is a good green. And I thought it sparkles like a champ too, right? Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle galore. So for the other stuff, what is it? For the YouTube member, let's start with that one. YouTube member. We're going to drop that in here. And for the YouTube member, mini pack of choice is going to be Linda B. Linda B. For the soccer. Soccer was the sapphire, right? Diamond cut sapphire, right? Sapphire. Sapphire, strawberry, premium diamond cut, crystal, and jet black was on that one. And then black diamond and peridot on the note, not today. So Linda B was that. And now let's go ahead and change this. We're going to share that screen. Heat press dash. There's that. Is that right there? No, we don't want that one because I need to go in here, open race screen. Now we got 32 people entered into it. So now let's change it. There it is. Share the screen. Ta-da. All right, here we go. This is going to be for a mini pack of choice. We'll do these two, then we'll give away the template for it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's see who we got off the races here. Well, Megan at top, and Brittany, and then now we got Danielle there in the center. Pasha's coming up there a little bit lower than that. Gloria's coming in there strong. She tripped herself. Did you see that? Susan stopped to check on her, make sure it's fine. Gloria's like, watch out. I'm going to go ahead and go. Robin's like, no, you're not. Then up at top, Crystal's coming in there, and Cheryl's coming in there. Then Sherry, but the winner, Lisa. Lisa, you won a mini pack of choice. Now, next race, let's go ahead and do it. This is going to be for another mini pack of choice. Here it is. 3, 2, 1. Wait, I got to make sure. I just want to make sure that you guys can see the screen, right? You guys can see that. All right, you can see that. I'm going to make this one bigger and take the comments away. That's what I was going to do so that we can see it. All right, off to the races. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So got Megan up top there. She's struggling along there. Robin's coming there. Dina's coming in there. Pasha's coming there. Cheryl, Susan. Susan and Robin both decided to see what's in the back of the pack. They're coming up. Brenda's going through there. Nora's coming up there. Sherry D at the top. Megan came on there at the end. And I think this is going to be a Susan F. is going to be our winner of the mini pack of choice or TRW artwork. You can do either one of those. Now with that, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to keep that there because we're just going to change the prize. And now this is going to be for the Magic Flock templates. This is the soccer Magic Flock template. Soccer. We'll open the race screen. We'll bring it back up. Add it to the stage. Here we go. Off to the races for the template. This is for the soccer template. There's 4 templates all in here with it. 4, I think that's where with it. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, Lisa's bringing in there. Danielle's coming in. Cheryl's coming up top. Megan just jumped ahead right there, and then everybody's coming across there. Ooh, everybody is running all through this one. Oh, and then they're tying up right here at the end. And the winner is Brittany M. Brittany M. If you placed an order tonight, let us know. We'll make sure to include this in your order that ships out tomorrow. Otherwise, you have 2 weeks to claim the prize. As with all the other prizes, for non-tangible prizes, send in what do you want? The SKU number, right? Send in the SKU, and they'll drop it in your account for you. If you want a tangible product, which Brittany did, you have 2 weeks to claim it on your next order that requires shipping. So we'll do that. We'll do there. There's we got with it. What else do we have on this? Anything else there for it? Think we had it. I think the thing is just multiple cameras and upload speeds. Trash McGee. That's the thing. I go to one camera. That's it. One camera, spin it around. You don't get to see me. We put everything right here. Might be the way to go. We'll go there with it, and that way you'll be all set and be able to put it in there and be good to go with it. But I think for the most part, we're set, rocking and rolling, ready to go, being able to push things out the door. Questions, comments, concerns, let me know with it. And we will have that. They said copy paste that next week. Show will be on Thursday. Not sure the time. I'll keep you updated on that. 2 weeks from now, Bling Night Live, Ball Drop Edition. We're giving some stuff away. I want to give away another cameo. We gave that away. I want to give away some of the other prize bundles that we're going to have in there. And by that show, we should have our mentorship community open. So keep an eye out for details from that. There's a great group of people in there that really listen. If the F word offends you, and if real business problems, you get a little wonky with, you really can't be a little vulnerable around people. You can't take criticism. This isn't the group for you. If you want to really, have people that have your back and will tell you how it is, because that's what we need to hear as business owners, it'll be the place for you. And it's a great community. I love everything about it. So we're going to have that open by the end there. And Brian, F it, right? Like, just put a quarter in Brian. If you really want to put a quarter in Brian, anybody who's in the group knows how to put a quarter in Brian. Just say BSN, and then you get him ready to roll for it. BSN's a great place. All right. You guys have an amazing night. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully everything works again better next time. Until then, peace, love, press on. We'll see you then. Maybe. I hope it won't even play out. Maybe it'll play the intro.